Hello everyone, it's ADHD Gamer here, and today we're going to be going over Ghost of Yotei. Now, this is going to be a spoiler-free review and a review for people with maybe ADHD or have a busy schedule, have a job, and want to know, is this game worth the time investment? Also, don't worry, all the footage is from the first few hours of the game, which includes the first couple of regions you get to explore. So let's talk about the tutorial or the beginning of the game where it teaches you some of the game mechanics. The beginning is a bit cutscene heavy. It is also a bit mini game heavy. They included a lot of mini games where I felt I was a little bored doing it. I mean, the first time was fine, but I was I want to get to the action. I want to get to learn how to play. And you do get there. I mean, they sprinkle in gameplay in between. But yeah, the first hour primarily, if you get through that, the world opens up completely to you. Like so many activities open up right after the tutorial, you can say, and that only lasts about an hour or so. Let's talk about the session length and pacing. So overall, I think the pacing of this game is very good. The map doesn't feel too big. Riding your horse around and stuff doesn't get too much of a drag. And there's a lot of things packed in between destinations. So there's a lot to do, a lot to get distracted by, and it never feels like it's a chore to go across the map. And if for some reason you feel like it is a chore, there's a fast travel button, and I swear it is so fast. Like, there is no loading screen at all. It is ridiculous how fast the fast travel actually is. So, if you're a gamer who only has an hour or so to play a day, perfect. Like, you can actually accomplish quite a few things in an hour and have good amount of fun in an hour where you feel like you didn't waste your time just going all the way to a certain destination to pick up something and didn't get to really play. Like, you get to play within an hour for sure. Now let's talk about the gameplay. So this game is very combat heavy. The stealth mechanics in this game is very minimal. So if you're not sure, oh, is this a stealth and combat game? Not really. It's mostly a combat game with little sprinkled elements of stealth. Like, maybe you do it so a combat encounter is less challenging, or you can stop being a pussy and just kill everyone. Of course, I don't mean literally a pussy since you are playing a girl in this game, but you get the idea. Let's talk a little bit about the combat. So it's very good and it's very rewarding. So there's basic things like you can block enemy attacks. There's certain attacks you can't block. You can only parry them or dodge them. And even the parry mechanics, if you do a perfect parry, time slows down and it looks badass and you get to slice people open and kill them. And if you do not so perfect parry, it just builds up to a stagger meter. The stagger meter is basically their block. So if they're blocking, once their stagger has reached all the way, they can no longer block and they're just open to take hits. There's heavy attacks, there's light attacks, yada yada. There's also arrows you get to shoot. They can be useful, especially when there's annoying ass people from long range shooting at you and you want to take them out before a combat encounter or during a combat encounter. That's also doable as well. And you get really cool tools. I like using the tools in this game. I think they're all pretty nifty. I think they're pretty useful, and I have found a case to use them in a lot of combat scenarios. Now, the game is definitely a bit challenging. I definitely died or have died in this game multiple times. But I feel like I played on medium and I feel like it was a perfect amount of challenge. I felt like it was definitely doable. But it definitely punishes you if you're just going in and just swinging around your sword and not thinking about anything. You get different weapons in this game, and certain weapons work better with other type of weapons that the enemy is using, so you maybe want to switch. Or if you're like me, sometimes I just like using one weapon and destroying everybody with it. specifically the Odachi. I'm a huge fan of the Odachi. There's also like a wolf that randomly appears and helps you out because, I mean, I don't know, you have the spirit of a wolf or something. Not really sure why a wolf comes and helps you, but it's cool. It's cool, and it's a cool part of the game, and you can even level up your bond with the wolf and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I also like how this game addresses like healing with using like your spirit, which is like little circle yellow things on the side of your screen under your health bar, and you can use that for like a special move and use up one spirit, or you can just heal yourself. There's also camping in this game. You can camp and it fully restores your spirit, and you if you eat in your camp, you get like an extra little spirit bonus thing with a little like minor perk or major perk depending on what food you're eating. And that camping site can be used as like a fast travel spot, so that's pretty cool. Now let's talk about the dopamine loop in this game. Now there's a lot of side activities to get distracted by and to spike your dopamine levels. You can not only do these side activities, but each of them has like some sort of reward that enhances your gameplay somehow. Whether it's doing like a bamboo mini game to increase your spirit meter, visiting an altar to learn a new technique or a new move, going to a fox den and getting a new charm, which is like a little perk that you can equip. And some of them are upgradable too, depending on the challenges that they have associated with the charm. There's also like wolf dens you can visit. Basically, you go see wolf has killed people, follow wolf, and then kill everybody in the camp who were capturing wolves and killing them for whatever reason. There's also gambling in this game, and I mean, I'm a huge fan of gambling. And the gambling is pretty fun, you just like flick this coin around, and it's pretty easy in my experience, an easy way to earn some money. It's not that hard, but it is like it is fun. There's bounties you can do, basically go around and finding people, killing them, and returning to like this bounty guy who gives you money for it. There's also like little duels under a tree. There's also just random people you can talk to, and they'll give you a little hint of where something is. Like maybe it's an altar, maybe it's a bath. And it's actually pretty cool because when somebody gives you a hint, you can actually like open your map and use that little hint. Like it gives you a little mini map, like a puzzle to fit on the actual map, and then it'll tell you exactly where the location is, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, there's so much in this game. There's also like hot springs you can visit to increase your health for a bit. And I can't show a clip of that because it gives you some booty action. They just show the booty as is entering the hot spring. So if that's your thing, definitely engage in those activities. Now let's talk about the engagement. This game is pretty engaging in my opinion. The gameplay loop is addicting and rewarding, and it's just the right amount of challenging. The win factor is still very cool. It returns in this game. There's no real mini map. You just follow the wind to get to your destination. There's also this cool little way of showing you where things are. Like if you're riding a horse around, sometimes a little gold bird will appear and lead to a side activity that you can participate in that you may not have discovered yet. And the world is beautiful. Like it is a very, very beautiful game. There are lots of things to do and to get distracted by. Quite honestly, it's a very packed game. I found it very entertaining. I think it's a really good game. The story is, whatever. Like, it's kind of typical. I wasn't, like, super invested in it. I also wasn't, like, a huge fan of while horseback riding. Like, it pans out to a cinematic camera. This may be just me being picky, but it kind of bothered me a little bit. I didn't like it as much. Also, this game, it has, like, no real bugs that I've encountered yet, which is pretty cool these days, especially. Also, wasn't a big fan of the voice acting of specifically the young version of Atsu, which is the main protagonist in the game. It was kind of annoying, like she was like, brother, let's go do this." At least that's what it sounded like to me. So the overall verdict I give this game is that it can handle the ADHD gamer. It's a very good game, very good combat, lots of things to do, lots of things to get distracted by, pretty good pacing, you know. So I definitely suggest you go check this out. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you liked this video. I'll be posting more reviews soon. And leave a comment. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you hate the game? Do you love the game? I'd like to know. And of course, thanks for watching.